I'm probably going to have to do a different quest for each and every one of these locations in order to actually, like, properly unlock them, is I'm guessing how this is going to go. So we'll start with the first person we saw up here, because that is clearly denoting the most important thing that needs to be done. Otherwise, we wouldn't have seen them first. And they're gone? Wait, hold on. Oh, no, I'm just really turned around. That's not the Witten house. This is up here. At least the city makes, like, little circles. Little concentric circles. I appreciate that. Little overlapping Venn diagrams. Hello.
You are Sid, aren't you? The man the tributary told us about?
That's me. How can I help you?
Help me?
Of course.
With what exactly?
Oh, nothing too troublesome. Do you know my husband, Pavat?
I've been here 5 minutes.
Smith, among other things.
There we go.
His name day's not far off, and I wanted to make a gift for him.
Sure.
He's a craftsman, you see, and he's been fretting about running low on the flowers he uses for dye making, so I wondered if you might collect some for me and give them to him.
Of course, and then he'll forge stuff for us.
Would this gift not be better coming from you?
Perhaps, but it can't, for reasons I can't go into. Please, I know it sounds daft, but I'd be ever so grateful.
I'd be happy to, but you're being very sus about this. Is it because you can't get the flowers?
Which flowers does your husband need?
The sweet little blue ones that grow around the fount. Elder's blessings, they're called. We use them to dye our fabrics so we always feel close to water like they are. You don't need to go to the trouble of picking them yourself, though. Just speak to the field hands and ask them to share their harvest with you. 2 basketfuls should be enough for my husband to be getting on with.
These are
basketfuls it is.
Right across from where his forge is. Could he not simply walk over there and get them? I don't understand what the issue is. We're gonna find out, I guess, as we go about doing this. Probably each one of them is gonna have a little mission they need us to do. Like, oh, yeah, I can share a basket with you, but first, can you go off into the woods here and fight the drake over yonder? Can you fight the fireworm for me? Thank ya.
Oh, I'll have her hide when she gets back.
Everyone's having issues with their wives around here, have you noticed?
Sorry. I was leagues away. How can I help you?
To be fair, he could be talking about also his daughter or his dog or something.
My wife you'll want to talk to.
No, it's all marriage problems in this town.
Have to charge you for the goods, though. Not that we'd fleece you or anything. It's just, you know, needs must.
That's how most business works.
Saying that, she might not be able to get anything down for you for a bit.
Ah, right.
She's got her hands full with the inventory, you see. It should have been my daughter's job, really, but the willful little Rills decided to make herself scarce.
I take it back. It's a full family issue.
Know where that girl's got to.
If you'd like me to keep an eye out for her.
Don't volunteer. Make them
I
ask.
couldn't ask that of an outsider. Could I? You wouldn't mind?
A wonderful little personality moment.
Of course not. She won't have gone far, will she?
I hope not. But I've scoured the entire village for her and come up empty-handed. Can't help thinking she might have gone on another one of her little adventures.
I bet I know where she is.
A free spirit, is she?
Out the gate and to the left.
Can't get her
down by the river.
Especially once you heard you lot were on your way. Outsiders! You should have seen her little eyes light up. But if she wanted to watch you arrive, should have made for the low gate where you first came in.
Oh.
The guard there might have spotted her. Maybe you could ask him. Ruka, her name is.
All right. I'll let you know if I find her. Try not to worry.
We'll prioritize this one real quick, because it's going to take us out of the village on a grand adventure. And I'm still standing by the idea that she went to the left up here. And I reckon when we talk to the guard, that's exactly... Oh yeah, I saw the girl. Up ahead and to the left in this tiny little clearing that has no other purpose.
Excuse me. You haven't seen the storekeeper's daughter, have you?
Little Ruka? I have, as it happens. She went out through the gate not long ago.
Out of the village? Alone?
Aye, she does it all the time.
Maybe it's because you keep letting
There's
her.
a path off to the left which leads down to the river. Nice little spot, that. And safe as you like. The beasts of the mountain don't dare come so close to the village. That's where she'll be. Go and have a look if you don't believe me.
I will.
I'm so good at video game. I'm so darn good. I totally called that. Come on. We knew from the moment we left. Although I did suspect that we would be coming down here to find someone's lost kitten, not necessarily their daughter. But I mean, is there much of a difference between a cat and a child? They're both rambunctious little scallywags that eat you out of house and home and cause mountains of property damage if left unchecked. So, not too shocking, really. Hello there, little lass.
It's you! I've been looking everywhere for you.
Why didn't you start in the village where you knew we'd be coming?
You know my name? Can you lot read minds?
Yes.
Your father asked me to keep an eye out for you. You left without telling him where you were going. He was worried.
But I went to look for you.
Well, now you found me. What do you say we head back to the village and let your father know you're safe?
This could be a really sketchy
Alright.
situation in the real world.
And on the way home, you can tell me all about the world beyond the wall. I want to know everything.
Everything might be a stretch.
Like, imagine in the real world if a random guy comes up to you and you're like a child and he knows your name. He's like, your dad asked me to keep an eye out for you. It's like, isn't that something I've heard in every single Stranger Danger video ever made?
And sorry for the trouble.
Oh, no. It was a pleasure.
Daddy, did you know that there are villages 10 times as big as Haven in the outside world? 10 times! Cities, they call them. And in these cities, they have great big walls and towers and castles.
Oh, to think I was worried. You can tell me all about the outside world later, Sweet Pea. Now go and help your mum with the stores.
All right.
That's quite the short quest, if that's where it ends.
Thanks for putting up with her questions. She, has a lot of them. One of the big ones being, what are the people beyond the wall like? Reckon you've made a good first impression.
Yeah, don't let
We the
that
only
set
ones
your
you've ever met?
expectations.
That you are. The rest of the world can't know we're here, so we'll have to be very careful who we're letting in and out. A few of us might make the occasional trip to shore for supplies, but for the most part, we'll make do with what we've got, including what the old Northerners left us.
Yes. You built on top of the old ruins, didn't you?
Well, they make for fine foundations.
So would these be
Them
the
masons
ruins of
clearly knew
Jill's
what they were
people?
doing. That's one thing we don't have to worry about. Oh, it's everything else that's the problem. Medicines, metals for tool making, anything like that. We have to dress up as travelling merchants and make a trip to the outside and pray to every cloud in the heavens that nobody sees through us.
Well, I guess we're getting our answers now.
Which explains why you need Gil.
Aye. And now Ruka's back, my wife should be free to assist you with any potential purchases.
Wonderful.
So please, do make good use of our stores, because we fully intend to make good use of your coin.
I'll be sure to keep my purse strings loose.
So if members of your village go to the outside world, and that's where they got the information about Sid, why couldn't they answer Wee Lass's questions about the outside world? It seems like there's probably a lot of people in town here who kind of know. Ageless tallow and bloody hide. Very useful objects, I'm sure. Haven stores now available. Should we check those out before we go on to the next side quest? I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Presumably, it's just going to be your normal
Thanks for winning
collection
me
of
more.
objects,
I don't want Jolie for
swords
adventure,
that
but
we
she's got to pull away
don't
like the
need
rest
or
of
already
us.
have,
Anyway,
potions.
Now we've got the
musical
inventory done,
tracks.
I can attend to my own tasks, like seeing to our visitors' needs. So, was the route you wanted? When you've decided what you want, just let me know.
Oh, wow. Yeah, see, look, imagine a world where we didn't waste all of our money on musical tracks and laughing about it. Oh, now that I think about it, that only the channel members are going to know about that. Yeah, we did like a test stream before we started recording to make sure that everything was going to work properly. It still didn't. But during that time, I was refamiliarizing myself with combat and spent 200,000 gil on musical tracks, all the while joking about how we're probably going to need this money in the DLC. Look, we're not even halfway to being able to get this Minwu waistcloth. That would be wonderful to have, because that's a pretty substantial boost. How much you want to bet there's also an... would be nice to have that arm ring, wouldn't it? That would be a good thing to have. The orchestration roll, we don't care about, and potions we're doing just fine on, but these two, we need 16,000 gil to get these. And you know what? I probably have stuff I could sell. Like, do I really need all of these different swords? Do I need Invictus? Do I need Platinum Sword 2, or Rune Blade, or Enhancer plus 2? I don't need those objects, do I? Do I? I actually don't know. Will they ever come back into play in, like, a future playthrough? Wouldn't I rather use, like, Machine Cross? Also, this game's gonna come out on PC, and any future playthroughs I do of it will be on that. So, I mean, should I go ahead and... I can get them back at some point in the future, right? I think. So if I sold that outright, I'd have enough to get... hold on, I've got 4,000. So selling all of these, I'd have enough to get one object. I don't know. Do I risk it? You know what?
Very well.
We'll earn gold as we go. It'll be
received
fine. So let's go ahead and see what we can do over here with these two. Let's see exactly what they're going to need from us in order to agree to give us some baskets of flowers. How are you doing, Flower Picker?
Excuse me. I wonder, might you be able to spare a basket of Elder's blessings?
I could for
Claude's wife
10,000
tasked
gil.
me with collecting some for her husband, and suggested that I speak to you.
Ah. Werda wants you to bless her better half with the fruits of our labour, does she? Go on then. Give the old fool something to squirm about.
Interesting way of phrasing that.
Ah, don't worry about it.
No, please elaborate.
Old fool Pavat may be, but if you come bearing gifts, he's not fool enough to turn you away.
Why is he an old fool? What's his issue?
Glad to hear it. Thank you.
This is all very strange and convoluted, isn't it? Okay, I thought that they were on the other side of the river here, but that's alright. Let's have a chat with them. Maybe they've just been wandering around.
Ah, welcome to Haven, friend.
Thank you. Forgive my presumptuousness, but the smith's wife has asked me to make her husband a present of some Elder's blessings. 2 basketfuls, to be precise.
Well, I have one, if that's any help.
It is. He gets us halfway there.
It is. I'm much obliged.
Do you have anything you'd like to add?
They really are beautiful.
Aren't they just? Though that's not the only reason they have a special place in our hearts. Legend has it that when our people fled from Ash, the tributary of the time took some seeds with them. And as they wandered high and low across the Twins, he'd plant them wherever they stopped for water. Every elder since has done the same. So when we finally put down roots here in Mysidia, the flowers did too.
What a beautiful story. I was kind of hoping she would have more to say on the subject of the Grumpy Smith. Oh. Quick complete. After completing the main objectives of some quests, you may be given the option to quick travel to the quest's final destination. If you see a prompt in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, hold down the pause button to immediately travel to the NPC eagerly awaiting your return. Of course, this option is not mandatory, so you are free to ignore it. It can also be completely disabled in the game settings on the system tab of the main menu. No, that's fantastic. Has that not been there this whole time? That is wonderful. That's super convenient as well. Rebirth could have used that. Hello, Pavat. You grumpy goober.
What do you want?
Why you gotta have such an attitude with me, dude?
Bring you these flowers.
Basketfuls of flowers. Enjoy.
That woman. Come out. I know you're there.
Who? Me?
I hope we get some context for what's going on.
Would either of you care to explain what's going on?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to deceive you. It's just, my husband can be a bit standoffish at times, and I thought this might be a good way for the two of you to get acquainted. What with you being a swordsman-like and him being the only smith in the village. It'd be a shame if you couldn't turn to him for help.
So
The only reason he couldn't turn to me for help is because I had my hands full with all the orders you lot dumped on me. I'm pretty much done with them now, though. But, for the record, the tributary said that we were to lend you outsiders our aid, and that's exactly what I was planning to do. With or without my darling wife's meddling. Still, here we are. Acquainted. So, if there's out you need, just bring us the materials, alright?
What a strange little quest. Again,
All right,
gives
then.
character to these characters.
And tar for the flowers. I was running low.
Sure, I mean, you could have just walked
Use them
across
for
there and asked for a
dyeing,
basket, I'm sure.
Aye. Crush the petals and it makes a fine and lasting blue. We use it to stain the cloth for our tunics and pennons. Remind us where we come from, like.
As modes of water. Children of the sea.
That's right. The pattern too was left by our ancestors. The Ceaseless Rill, it's called. It symbolizes the river of our tribe, with the strength of Leviathan running through it. And no matter how that river has ebbed and flowed, changed its course, the flowers have always been with us, growing on our banks. I should get back to work. If you need something crafting, let me know.
Oh well. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Wasn't it just?
Clive, I think we were supposed to do that back. I'm not sure. I think it's like a polite gesture of some kind. No gold for all our efforts? No, but we are getting Reflection of Earth Titanic Block. Sorry, what is this? It's an accessory. Enhances Titan's iconic feat, Titan Block, making it capable to block attacks from behind while restoring a small amount of HP regain gauge. That's fun. Okay, I felt like we held on that maybe a beat too long. I thought the game had frozen. Let's see what we can do here, though. Maybe he can upgrade our sword. I bet you if we bought those new accessories over there that we can't afford, he would be able to upgrade those. I'll tell you that. Yeah, not much we can do with anything we currently have in terms of crafting. But what about reinforcing the things we currently have? Also, no. So again, we're going to have to just save up some gil and see if we can't afford those objects over yonder. So where are we headed to next, I wonder? Probably down here to this area that was previously inaccessible that we ran up to. Presumably is about to be cleared away so we can actually go see the child. That or we're heading up north. But the thing with this is that this is clearly a path, and the fact that it says inaccessible is suspicious. So, oh look, there's like a ton of places to go up here. We got Maiden's March, Father's Fell, River's Meet, the Tailwind Bay.